What is going on, my man? Patrick James here, and we got another episode of Ask Patrick Q&A for raw dating advice. To be honest, I don't really even know the name I got for this. I'm answering a question. I'm Patrick. This is raw dating advice. Cue the motherfucking intro. So the question I got is actually here on my phone. Came from Steve to my email inbox. Actually, it came from Sam. I got the name wrong. Oh man, I'm just distracted today. I actually got back today from a seminar here in Phoenix. It was called the Growth Summit with Brendon Bouchard, Dean Graziosi, and Larry King spoke there. I'm still kind of mind blown because that was such a valuable experience for me. And I just want to let you know that because, you know, go check their shit out. It's awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna try to stay on task. So here's a question from Sam. How can I show interest without coming off as try-hard or creepy, but also not being so nonchalant that she thinks I have no interest? So, Sam, I like this question. I'm sorry I called you Steve earlier. I like this question because it's an important thing to talk about. What is that line between being try-hard and coming across as creepy and not showing intent at all, all right? And that comes down to that word I just said, intent. All right, I'm just gonna flash it here on the screen. Intent. Are you showing man to woman intent? If you and her were talking and I magically teleported both of you to a bedroom with a romantic aura, candles are lit, it smells like rose petals, would it be natural for you and her to go down on the bed, start making out and making sweet, sweet love to each other, right? If the answer is no, and if she would be totally caught off guard if you try to do that, if you were teleported into that room, then you're not showing enough intent. And this is the problem that I would say most of the guys watching this video are struggling from. Most of the guys watching this video do not show enough intent. They never make their intentions known. They get friend zoned because the girl thinks that they're friends. Legitimately. She doesn't know that you're sexually interested because you're not showing enough intention to date her, intention to sleep with her, right? So make your intentions known. Now, that's one end of the spectrum. The complete other end of the spectrum is you're showing way too much intent, and that's when you come across as creepy. If you're showing so much interest that it doesn't even make sense why you're so interested in that moment, right? For example, a girl walks down the street and you start catcalling her.
Hey baby, why don't you break me off a piece of sex?
Whistling at the girl as she walks by. That's creepy, right? You're showing too much intent with no actual actions to back it up. Doing too much with no reason for you to show that much interest is creepy, all right? I hope that made sense. So I'm gonna say something kind of controversial here, so don't crucify me, but I would almost rather have you showing too much interest than not enough interest, right? The reason I say that is because, like I said, most guys do not show enough intent, all right? Most guys are too afraid to spark a little bit of tension to potentially get her attracted. Most guys are not playing to win, they're playing to lose. Most guys are not playing to win, they're playing to just exist, right? But friends exist, guys that she doesn't ever want to sleep with exist. For you to actually get any girls and, you know, spark conversations with them, get them attracted to you, you have to make your intentions known from the beginning. So I'm gonna issue you a challenge for the next month, and I'm gonna tell you how to do it, but for the next month, I want you to go on a fucking rampage, sparking tension early on in these conversations, right? I want you to start showing some intent, and what will happen is you're going to probably, especially if you're not used to this, you're probably gonna go over the top of it, right? If the sweet spot of showing intent is a 7, you're probably gonna go to a 9 or an 8 or maybe even a 10, and you're going to get that feedback. You're gonna go, wow, I showed a little bit of intention and for a split second it looked like it might work, but then she got creeped out. All right, next time I'm gonna go with the same strategy, but I'm gonna tone it back a little bit. And you're gonna constantly be self-correcting in that manner until you get that right, until you find that sweet spot. For me and for most of the guys I coach, it takes about a month to find out that sweet spot of constantly taking action and hitting that sweet spot. After a month, you'll get this shit down, all right? So here's how you're going to spark tension, right? There's two ways you can do it. You can do it non-verbally or you can do it verbally. Now, studies have shown that most of communication between two people, 93% of that your body language and your vocal tonality, right? The non-verbal communication. However, the verbal stuff only makes up 7% of that pie. So for the next 30 days, Sam, and any guy struggling with this, for the next 30 days, focus on the non-verbal stuff. Focus on the bigger portion of the pie, all the non-verbals. And then the following month, once you get the non-verbals down, then start shifting your focus to working on the verbal stuff. So here's the non-verbal things that you gotta do to show man to woman intent. And I'm sorry for those guys watching this video waiting for this exact moment, but you had to understand all that stuff before to get to here. 2 things, right? Eye contact and getting a little bit closer into her bubble, okay? Because when you can come across in a non-threatening way and maintain that laser focused, peering, dominant eye contact, like I am with the camera right now, that sparks tension. Not creepy tension, not bad tension, but just tension, okay? So it's the eye contact. Don't blink like this, because some people get uncomfortable, so they blink a lot, right? Relaxed, meaning you don't blink a lot. Laser focused and dominant eye contact. Don't break it, don't make it wavering. When you can do that, and you can get, let's say, 6 inches closer into her bubble than a friend would or a coworker would, that sparks man to woman intent, non-verbally, right? And if you can get that down, you will see a difference in your interactions. Girls will respond to you differently. Now don't forget the smile part. You gotta seem non-threatening, because if you're not smiling, then she could think that you might wanna like murder her or something. So we don't want that. So don't forget the non-threatening part, which is like, show a smile, be cordial, right? But don't worry about breaking rapport verbally. We're just sparking tension non-verbally at this point, okay? So that's all I want you to do for the next 30 days. Focus on eye contact, focus on getting a little bit closer into her bubble. And what you'll find is that as you're closer into her bubble, touching, right? Breaking that touch barrier will actually seem a little bit easier. It'll be more natural. It'll flow better with the conversation. And that's because both of you are feeling the same thing. You're both feeling that man to woman sexual intent. Therefore, if you got transported into a bedroom somewhere, it would be natural for you guys to start making out and making love to each other, all right? So focus on that for the next 30 days. And then after that, that's when you can start focusing on the verbal stuff. Breaking rapport verbally, pushing, pulling, cold reading. You can focus on that in the next 30 days. But get the nonverbal piece down first. And that was some raw dating advice. If you like this video, if you like this challenge, if you like this advice, scroll down below, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, and comment down below with your experiences with sparking some tension with girls and making your intentions known to them. And I will see you tomorrow, my man. Peace out.